You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, the NBA Finals are actually going on right now. Game 1 is already in the books. And, of course, the Celtics won Game 1 in a blowout. Now, I don't know if you guys actually knew this or not, but the head coach of the Celtics is Joe Mazzulla. The head coach of the Dallas Mavericks is Jason Kidd. Now, what do they actually have in common? Well, apparently, man, the media had to actually bring up the fact that Joe Mazzulla and Jason Kidd are black. Now, guys, I really didn't know because I really didn't care the race of any of the coaches in the NBA Finals. Don't really care. And actually, to tell you the truth, guys, Joe Mazzulla, he's actually half black, half white. Jason Kidd is also half black, half white. This may be the first time in NBA Finals history you actually had biracial coaches. But we need to talk about this one woke sports writer for Yahoo Sports. Vincent Goodwill, I believe that's his name. He actually asked Joe Mazzulla about the fact of having two black coaches in the NBA Finals for the first time in about, I don't know, almost 50 years, something like that. I'm pretty sure he did not like the response that he actually got. I don't know what it is, man, but the media is so obsessed with race. Guys, you guys probably noticed that I'm black. But guess what? I'm pretty sure none of you guys actually care about me being black or that Rhodes is white. Nobody cares, man, but the media is still obsessed with race. Why can't they let this go, man? Let it go. You're at the NBA Finals, man. You're supposed to be asking questions about the game. But oh no, they can't do that, man. They're so obsessed with race. This did not go very well for Vincent Goodwill, man. Let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We appreciate the support. So here we go. Right here. Boston Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla emphatically shuts down race baiting question. What was the point of asking this question? I'm pretty sure he did not like the response, man, and he was stunned. Boston Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla declined the opportunity to spread a race baiting narrative in a press conference on Saturday. Mazzulla was facing the media ahead of his team's impending Game 2 matchup with the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. Most of the questions were your standard material for those sort of things. How are you guys exploiting matchups? How do you keep your bench players engaged? Stuff like that. But what's an NBA presser without a reporter bringing up the topic of race? Fortunately for us, Vincent Goodwill of Yahoo Sports took care of that responsibility marvelously. And this is from Outkick here, John Simmons on Outkick. And that's Joe Mazzulla right there. Guys, tell you the truth, I didn't even know he was of Sicilian descent. The only reason I actually knew that because I looked it up because we were actually on Sports Wars and Ryan was saying that Joe Mazzulla was actually biracial. Okay? So it's kind of funny, you know, that the woke sports writer didn't bring up the fact that Joe Mazzulla is actually of Sicilian descent. Yeah, he's black also, but he wanted to focus on race. Joe Mazzulla wasn't having any of that. And Jason Kidd, by the way, is of Irish descent. Okay? Anyway, he prefaced his question to Mazzulla by explaining that this was the first time since 1975 that two black head coaches faced off for the NBA's ultimate crown. And it does mention here that, in case you're wondering, Casey Jones led the Washington Bullets and Al Attles skippered the Golden State Warriors in that matchup. Goodwill used this as a springboard to ask whether Mazzulla found this significant since evidently black coaches like him and Mavericks coaches Jason Kidd, man, my goodness, I'm messing up, have had a rough time being respected in the league. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this clip right here, guys. This is epic. Let's roll it.
Hey, Joe, Vince Gill with Yahoo Sports. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches. David Aldridge?
Wow.
Hey, Joe.
That's it right there. That is it right there. Dead silence. Now, Joe Mazzulla, from what I actually understand, is a devout Christian. And when he actually asked about Christian coaches, nobody had anything to say. We gotta watch this again, man. This is epic, man. This is epic right here.
Hey, Joe, Vince Gill with Yahoo Sports. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches. David Aldridge?
Oh boy. That is glorious right there, man. That is glorious. He did not fall for the banana in the tailpipe to race bait. Why does the media keep doing this, man? Let race go, man, but they can't do it, man. The media is obsessed with race. They're obsessed with it, man. I mean, did he actually ask any other questions? How many questions does the media actually get during the presser? I'm assuming probably one, depending on how many media members there. So this guy, Vincent Goodwill, wasted his one question on race? Really? That has nothing to do with the game, man. Nothing to do with the game at all. Man, shout out to Joe Mazzulla, man. He did not fall for it, man. He did not fall for the race baiting media. Not at all. Now, I don't even remember a story about when the NBA Finals was set about two black head coaches actually being in the finals. Okay, if you want to call Jason Kidd and Joe Mazzulla black, even though they're also half white, this is not a story, man. This is not a story. This has zero impact on the NBA Finals. I remember Lovie Smith and Tony Dungy were in the Super Bowl together in 2006. They were asking that way back then too. 18 years ago, guys. Let it go, man. Let it go. Majority of the NBA is already black anyway, man. They're acting like black people have had no success in the NBA. When the biggest name players in NBA history have mostly been black for the most part. Wow. I'm pretty sure he wanted Joe Mazzulla to come out there and say, hey, man, it's been a long, hard road for black people in the NBA, man. We've been struggling to make it up here to the top. He didn't fall for it. He didn't fall for it. And the media, the woke media, was triggered by this too, man. They were triggered by this. Matter of fact, man, I should have actually brought this up anyway, because I did see where one of the woke media's people, they were triggered by this. Oh, it's actually same guy, Vincent Goodwill, man. He's triggered by Joe Mazzulla not wanting to discuss race. Yeah, Vincent Goodwill, right there, man, right there. And what does he actually say right here? What does he say right here? Let me just go ahead and read it here from the top. Race is one of the defining issues in this country, and it's not easy to talk about, but when one avoids it, it adds fuel to an already complicated fire. Then he talks about, the first time, blah, 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 blah. Kidd and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver both talked about the importance of the accomplishment and the symbolism it can represent for the forever long struggle of black coaches in these leadership positions and what it means to them personally. Mazzulla, who's mixed race, preferred to sidestep giving deference to his religion more than his racial identity. Well, if he's a Christian, man, that's much more important than the color of his skin. And it goes on here, quote, I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches, Mazzulla said when asked Saturday, essentially if two black coaches in the NBA Finals meant anything to him. There was stunned silence in the room because it felt awkward. It felt like an awkward answer at the very least. Shockingly, and this may come as a surprise to the Celtics coach, it is possible to be both black and Christian. Well, I'm pretty sure he didn't need you to remind him that he was actually black. Anyway, he didn't expound on it. He didn't elaborate what it meant for him to be a Christian in this spot. He brought religion to the party, but didn't choose to explore the conversation. The thing is, he didn't even bring up religion. He was just asking a question. How many of the coaches that have actually been a Christian? Because you brought up race. Neither one of those things are actually important. Neither one of those. I mean, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. His relationship with his own racial identity is personal, but his answer certainly opens doors for more questions, especially because it's Boston and the NBA's labor force is overwhelmingly black. Boston's relationship with black athletes has been checkered, dating back to his treatment of Bill Russell. I mean, this dude went back to the 1950s, man. The 1950s. We're in 2024, man. Wow. Once vandals broke into his home and Russell found feces on his wall in bed. In the early 1990s, Celtics guard D. Brown was pulled over in nearby Westerly with his fiancée in the passenger seat under the guise of police looking for a bank robber, they claim, and guns were drawn on Brown. So this dude's going back 34 years, man. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. This man is obsessed with race, man. But Joe Mazzulla did not fall for it, man. Wow. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.